Most thoughts.
Yeah, I got some most thoughts. All right. Who are you most impressed with on offense this preseason? And drop that in the chat too, man. Who are y'all most impressed with on offense this preseason?
This is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of options, man. And you could have been impressed by a dude taking a jump, a guy that you had lower expectations for, or no expectations for.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like knee-jerk, Kenny Pickett. I mean, literally a perfect passer rating. Leading this offense, 5 series, 5 touchdowns. What was it, 86 or 87% completion rate. We're seeing the dots that he's throwing all over the yard, right? But
if you expected,
I mean, I'll be honest, like
that's my
I feel like dude's legit. Like, you know what I mean?
I expect that.
Like I saw enough from his rookie season to know, like, if this dude puts in as much work as they're saying this offseason, builds a rapport with the receivers, learns Canada's offense more, starts to take more command, like. I'm going to expect this, man, because I saw what he did at Pitt in senior year. Like, he could pick apart defenses. He's really accurate. And, again, if he's improving the arm strength a little bit, I could even be more deadly. Yeah. So, it's weird. It's like
I feel you,
touch and go.
I feel you.
Like, I want to pick him, but I feel you, man. I think the guy I do want to say is Calvin Austin, just because he was such an unknown.
Okay, respect.
And now I feel like he's going to be a legit weapon for this team.
Respect.
Now, I don't know if this is cheating because some of the plays that he made this preseason were on special teams, because you said offense.
It's not cheating.
Okay.
He is an offense player. I just wanted to make a specific offense player because I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about a defensive player. So for in the chat, I see some of y'all putting defenders in there. We just talking our offensive guy right now in terms of most impressive player for the Steelers this preseason on offense. That's all we're talking about for just this segment right here.
Like, we already know about Pickens, Deontay. And shout out to Deontay. Caught every pass thrown his way.
Hands catching too, huh?
A-Rob, A-Rob. Not really surprised. He was a security valve for Pickett whenever he's escaping the pocket. That's good. That's what you like to see. Another guy I think you can make a case for is Dan Moore, because I thought it was all but guaranteed, or at least I thought, that Broderick Jones was going to be starting week 1.
Bag. Deke, you better cook, Deke. You better cook, man.
Yeah, shout out to
you
Dan Moore.
Cook,
although
Deke.
The thing with Dan Moore is, like, I expected him to be good. I was fine with us not drafting a left tackle.
I remember that.
I would have been fine rolling with Dan Moore. Is it the optimal way to go about things on the offensive line? That's up for debate, but we had other positions to look at, like cornerback and whatnot. Yeah. Luckily, we got both in the first and second round with JPJ and Broderick Jones. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it was expected that Jones was just going to take over left tackle, and I think Dan Moore deserves praise for not just sitting down and letting that happen.
Man, you bring up a great point, man.
I'm going to say Calvin Austin, though. That's
I like it.
Pick. Just because we didn't know about this guy. Like, he's got the speed. He's got this X factor that we really don't have from anyone else. Not only on the receiving corps, but anyone else on the team. Yeah. Like, that type of speed. I guess McFarland, it's debatable, but Calvin Austin can actually put that speed with
it way better
smoothness and making some better cuts than McFarland. So, I'm going with Calvin Austin.
Nah, respect, man. You bring up some great options. I was torn on Kenny because I have very, very high expectations for Kenny Pickett this year. Had him all season. Watching him in OTAs made him even more. Watching him in training camp made it even more. So seeing what he's doing in the context of preseason specifically versus some units that aren't starters, like, I expect him, heck, he better look like that, because we watched him be a finalist for the Heisman Trophy in college. When you're that caliber and you playing against the second team, I wanted to look just like that version at Pitt. I wanted to look special. That's what it's looked like this all season. That's what it's looked like all preseason. So when I was thinking, I'm like, man, if I believe him like that, then I can't be impressed to that extent, because I believe that he can do this. So I was riding with that. You brought up Calvin Austin. I loved what I saw from Calvin. I did. I ain't got a lot of negative about that.
How's the route running?
He's fast. What is it? You tell me his routes.
I think his routes look fine.
You tell me his routes. Who is he routed up? Where you tell me the routes? That's all I'm saying.
He had a nice slant catch.
What did we say? What did I just say his whole route tree was last week? Vertical, the stop, shake you off the line, run you slant. That's what he caught versus Kair. That's what he caught yesterday. His lame. He gonna run vertical. He gonna race you down the field. If you get your hands on him, you gonna stop it. We saw that yesterday too. Hey man, don't shoot the messenger. I just go off what I be seeing, man. George Pickens. Remember I said about separation with him? You looked at me like I was crazy with that. It's like, bro, it's not a lot of separation. He just got a heck of a combat catch radius.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world if you're making catches like that all the time.
It's not the end of the world, man. So I'm not the bad guy for just telling y'all what I be saying, man. Y'all be looking at me like, Mo said he can't run routes. Oh, he hating on him. Like, y'all tell me what y'all saw, man. You seeing the same thing I'm seeing. We all watching the same thing. But yeah. So for me, man, the dude that I ultimately did stop on because Dan Moore was an excellent one too. Excellent one. It was Connor Hayward, man.
Whoa.
Because for me, I didn't know what to expect from Connor this season or this off season, right? You know, I was big on Darnell Washington. Like, I'm so happy to see him here, man, what he brings. And he was out there first tight end up. You saw that. It was Booth over here, Darnell.
Am I the only one that thought Darnell had a hiccup or two blocking? Everyone's saying like he was flawless out there.
You're right.
I thought he missed on a couple.
I'm with you.
But he had one or two highlights that people are talking about.
But I feel like when you're watching the flow of the game, if you have a highlight at the right time.
Yeah, and his misses didn't kill us.
Right, and that's what I think. But I
one
know
of them
what
was
you're
a
talking
handoff
about.
to Jalen Moore, and he was able to make things happen because it's Jalen Moore.
Yeah, but I do know what you're talking about. I saw that too. I ain't go there because I ain't want to be called a hater today. I'm just not doing that. All right, I was nervous even bringing up the project part. It's like, yo, everybody's on the project. I'm like, all right, yep, I'm with you. My bad. I'm sorry. I saw what I saw. I'm sorry. All right. But I'm glad that you said that. So Deke's the hater.
You could say it.
Nah, man. Put it on Deke. Don't put it on me. All right. But
you're crossing the line with Calvin Austin's route running, though.
Oh, my gosh. But with Connor, like I said, I just didn't know what I was going to get from him. I didn't know where he was going to fit either on this offense because he's not a fullback in the traditional sense of Rosie Nix or even of a Derek Watt where he's a battering ram. He wasn't legitimately the pure tight end like a Pat Freiermuth or even a Zach Gentry. So just trying to see where he would fit, how would his role, his growth look like. To see him this preseason literally at multiple spots have massive impact. Slot as a receiver, off the ball as the move tight end, running the football as a dot running back. It's like, man, what can't this dude do? The athleticism, the versatility, I just think that it almost reminds me of like Will Johnson when he was here. But I think that Connor can give you even more offensive production because of what he does with the ball in his hands. Mm-hmm. But in terms of Will Johnson, we would move him around very similar because of athleticism. Connor, I'm just like, is even more of a issue to deal with because he is actually quick enough and smooth enough in space that if you're a defender, you really got to have your antennas up low-key when he's out there. Because it's like, yo, they might get him this dude the ball. And he's shown now multiple occasions and in varying ways that he can actually cause some damage. And that doesn't even account for when we saw him make the big catch last year in that same stadium, if I remember correctly. So you know he could take it up the seam on you. Yeah, so he was my dude on offense, man. I was like I said, I was really just impressed by what I saw from him as a whole this preseason, man.
That's a nice pick.